Welcome back to High Tales with your favorite lit sisters. Sorry, I tried to radio DJ.
You're jazzing it up a little,
making
like,
it
wicked,
cool.
wicked, woo!
Yep. I am Marissa.
I'm Nicole.
So there's a new review.
Well, it's not really new. It just took you 4 months to see it.
I was excited about it, though.
It's a good one, though. It epitomizes exactly what we are trying to accomplish.
Yeah, so if you are the reviewer out there,
Mom.
thank you. No, it's not
Mom.
There's no way Mom would be, praising the things that were praised in that. She's more likely embarrassed by the things that were praised.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not embarrassed. I don't get an embarrassed vibe of Mom anymore of me. It's more like, oh, I should.
Nicole will be Nicole. Like, boys will be boys. See, I still get the random, like, do you know weed is a precursor to Alzheimer's and random stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm just like, thanks, Mom.
Why don't I get those?
I think Mom's scared of you a little bit.
No. See, here's the thing, though. She should be afraid of you. I think I'm the one that
At least
people...
also afraid of me.
Yes. Yes. You're the sneak one that you should be afraid of. Maybe I present more scary.
Well, there's a difference.
I think I used
My
to present more scary.
is I might just not talk for a little bit in text exchanges, or I just won't even acknowledge that you sent me that video.
Yeah.
Whereas you are more vocal with your disgruntlement in general.
I think that and the progression of our whole lives. Like, I have entered more of a soft girly, as soft as I can be. In my lifeline, this is the softest I've ever been.
Yeah, agreed.
Which is still pretty fucking hard.
You're basically cuddly right now. It's crazy.
I smile. I laugh. Wow.
I think that's the weed.
I wasn't like goth or anything like that, but I am my softest and most rational now. You have exited your people-pleasing era, which seems harder, but really is just... Because when she texts both of us, I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I was like, rolling my eyes a little bit, but I was like, okay, I understand, da-da-da. And you were like, I don't agree. Absolutely not. Da-da-da. You put like lines in the sand. So I'm just surprised that you...
Continue to get them?
Yeah.
I'm more open to the feedback, maybe? No, because I'm not.
No.
I push back.
Yeah. When you... Like, 90% of the time you are. Mostly because you are able to go... This is bullshit, this is bullshit, this is bullshit in your head and not have your face say that and just throw it away. I don't take anything in if I'm going to throw it away, and you're going to know I'm throwing it away because I think it's rude for you not to know that you're...
Are you saying I'm rude?
No, I think it's rude for me not to tell you I think what you're telling me is bullshit.
Okay.
So it's me helping you, you know?
So... I actually had a conversation with a work colleague about something similar, and we attributed this to after 40, you just really don't give a fuck.
But I think maybe I started out with the heart of a 40-year-old.
I think you're Benjamin Button right
down.
Here. Yes, that's what it is.
The vast majority, especially women, have gone through more your process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the people pleasing. I guess it's a form of people pleasing, but it's I historically like to make sure everybody around me is comfortable.
Yeah.
So I will amend how I act with that. And it goes the same with like smoking. Like, I don't know who's comfortable with it and who's not. I don't drink. So when everybody's like drinking and boozing, I like sneak off and go smoke because I don't want anybody to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Even in my own house.
So I get that. I think I just take a different route where I'm like, let me just be super honest with who I am. Yep. And you can make the choice if I'm too much for you and stay like, don't
if you
invest
say
in
I'm
me.
Too much, baby.
Yeah.
Girl. That song is so you. 100% you.
I'm just kind of like, I'm not good at filters at all. Yeah. Right. So it's just better for everybody if you just know exactly what you're getting into.
Which works well in our neighborhood with your political leanings.
I think. So far, so
really
good.
the only people that are friends have similar political leanings, and the people we know are a little bit
it's
not
always surprising
in your
to
camp.
People are like, how does this go over? I mean, this is a super conservative town. I'm like, is it? That's funny. I know a lot of people and none of them are conservative.
Well, and the good thing is that kind of cascades to me where people just assume.
This is where guilt by association is a positive thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
I also talked about your
one loud, opinionated person at a time. That's all you need. You just need one as a shield.
Yeah. And you've been my shield our whole life.
It was a rougher edged shield about 25 years ago.
It hurt. It cut. That shit cut. We are on our second of probably 5 episodes on Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is our first 800 plus page book.
And for some reason, we signed up for 3 of them.
We are. Now, we did do 5 episodes on Silver Flames, which was like 600 and some pages, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it close to 7?
There was a lot of SCX in that one that we had to evidently deep dive into.
Apparently, the second book of this series is similar.
We might need 6 episodes. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like
Marissa doesn't like Fade into Black anymore, guys. She wants to talk about it in graphic detail.
No, I'm not swinging the pendulum that far. It's more of a, we can acknowledge.
Yeah.
No, actually, probably not. There's just, I will say, in Silver Flames, some of the quotes were just really funny. So I had to deep dive.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of like, I cannot believe they just said that out loud.
We can't not talk about the cringe. We have to talk about the cringe in the room. We didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
We had to.
Whereas like Feyre and Reese's,
yeah,
there was just kind of like, oh, and there was paint all over and it was gross. But it sounded like good sex.
If it shows you anything, we got our dad to read these books and he didn't say anything about Mist and Fury. It was more like, oh, that was pretty, da-da-da-da. And then after he read Silver Flames, he texted us and said, I will forgive you one day for making me read fairy smut.
Well, he knows how to read the book jacket. So to me.
All right. So where we left off in this world, in a modern world, Hunt has been put on protection duty. He is to guard Bryce while she hunts for the killer. She's got a pretty qualified bodyguard, if you ask me. We did get a little in the debrief with Isaiah, his commander, after that this was good. That it's good that he's on protection duty because he won't run into Sandril or Pollux. Yeah. Right? Because Sandril's going to be there for over a month for this, whatever's coming up.
Frankly, we already know that Bryce's place is really nice, and right now he lives in a barracks. So there's no bad news here. And
something tells me Hunt doesn't care.
We also know Bryce walks around in possible prostitute clothes all the time.
We don't know all this yet.
Oh shit.
We just know the one dress. Future Marissa.
Well, her one dress that she rolled around in vomit in.
She did not roll in vomit.
She was almost licking it off the floor. It was so weird. Okay.
Super awkward.
I will stop interrupting you.
Hunt follows her back. She is home and then notices him. I just see this gargoyle / man standing on a roof staring at her in a Batman.
Yeah.
Hot, creepy way.
Peeping Tom. Yes. You can say it.
Peeping Tom, but there's obviously both of them are having feelings. So as we were talking about all these events, just know they are getting hotter and hotter for each other subliminally and not, in all honesty, the whole time. So they get home. She sees him over there, kind of walks over to the window, closes the blinds. He then calls her and tells her to open the windows. And at first she's like, how do you even have this number? Yeah. Creep. You're such a creep. And he's like, it's in your file. And he's like, can you open up the blinds?
I kind of do this for a living.
I kind of know what I'm fucking doing.
Don't mansplain copying to me.
Yeah. And he's like, can you open up the blinds? And she's like, you want to watch my reality TV show? And he's like, well, I'd rather watch the Sunball game, which I guess must be like fairy football. Right?
But is it football or football?
It seems like they're in New York. I feel like football.
Let's call it basketball.
Sunball. Let's call it Sunball. Anyways, he's like, I'd rather watch that, but I'm not going to get that, so I'd rather not be bored. And she's like, let me think about it. No. And closes the curtains again. And then she hears like a zoom. And he fucking flew over and is like on the window. Like, I told you to open the fucking curtains. It's a matter of national security.
Which is like, oh, he was a bird perched. I hope there was a balcony or something, or else him clinging to the side of the window,
or like
Spider-Man.
Ledge. I kind of saw like a whole lot of windows, but like industrial, so like some sort of like fire escape is like right there. You know, I picture very New York in Crescent City here. Okay. I don't know how to say the original name. That's why I call it Crescent City. Anyways, they're doing this constant like bicker back and forth.
Fake, I hate you.
Where when I read it a more vindictive, bitchy voice from Hunt back and forth with her. And then when I listened to it, they make him super calm and like stoic in his responses, and her like either sensual or like pissy, which I found interesting. It was a different take on it.
She does use her wiles.
Yes, very
to get
much
what
so.
She wants.
So the whole time she's drilling him about it and basically calling him a creep the whole time, and he's like trying to get down to like, we have a job to do. We have a job to get done right now, because he obviously has some stakes on the table here. I love how he ends it with, do you have any weapons in here?
Okay. So
what
the analogy, stakes on a table, like meat steaks, it's stakes in the ground, like stakes for a tent.
Did I say stakes on the table?
I mean, both would work, but it's just really funny because that analogy
changes the meaning though a little bit. It changes. So the steaks on the table, their mouths are watering. That's why I use that analogy.
On top, because I love a good mushroom steak.
Would that make your mouth water?
Yes.
Then yes.
Okay, perfect.
But he's like, do you have any weapons in the house? And she's like, interrupt me during my show again and you'll find out. Closes the curtains again, and he's like, ugh, super annoying. The next day, she's at work. Hunt is like following her from afar constantly. So she's in the basement, and you hear Lahaba like, hey, you should just like let him in. I think it was like raining or something, wasn't it? It's like, it's raining out there. You should let him in. Very much showing that she thinks he's very hunky.
And she keeps calling him Athy.
Athy. She's like, stop calling him that. Stop calling him that. We find out in this back and forth, though, Lahaba's like history, that all sprites were marked as slaves from birth. So it's not just because the sprites took the rebellion side, right? And those sprites are slaves, like Hunt, like Veronica, like all these other people. Their entire like lineage has been cursed. So Lehaba wasn't even around, but she is a slave as soon as she is born. Same as all sprites. So we only know her as a fire sprite, but this is like water sprites, all of those types of things.
Okay. What else is there besides fire and water? I couldn't think of anything.
Earth. Wind.
Captain
Planet. I would assume elements. When I think of sprites, I just think of all the elements.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
I'm 98.9% sure.
I feel like it would suck to be an earth sprite. No offense, earth sprites, if you're out there.
Well, like the Earth Captain Planet guy, you can like raise mountains and create a river.
Okay, but then there's fire. Which one would you rather have? Okay, which Captain Planet?
Water. Duh. Water. You're an earth sign. I'm a water sign. I love water. Water is powerful.
I would want fire.
You'd want fire?
Uh-huh. Or wind, to just be like, get the fuck away from me.
I was going to say, you'd probably want wind.
Yeah, I like wind.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be stuck in a fire.
You don't want fire. You want a barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wind.
Things. Yeah, you like wind.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Anyways, no, good segue. I like it. We talk about our mythical powers, about things we just made up about this world. It's perfect. Okay. Hunt follows Bryce to a nail salon. We actually hear him bitching about all of this to Isaiah on the phone as he's watching her in the nail salon, chatting it up. She still hasn't talked to him.
Isaiah's actually thinking this is hilarious.
Oh, yeah. He catches him working out, and you can tell he's like laughing at him in the background and stuff. But he follows her all the way there. Again, I think it's raining outside. So she's been in shitty weather all day. She knows it. She knows he's following. She's chatting it up with this person and that person. He hasn't gotten a list yet. He hasn't gotten the timeline. He's getting really pissed. He's like super.
She's not taking this seriously.
She is not. She is not.
Stupid party girl.
We find out what I think is funny is he starts the conversation with, did you know chimeras can like jump and leap wherever they want to? And Isaiah's like, I don't, sounds like a useless fact. And he's like, you know how I know? Because her chimera just was next to him and bit him in the ass because he was starting to fall asleep during his watch. And then just looked at him like, watch my girl, and then disappeared back into his cage in her apartment.
Meanwhile, right at that moment, Bryce opens her windows for the day and he's like, so I stayed there grabbing my ass right in front of her window.
And what is she wearing?
Nothing. Like a bra and underwear.
Yeah, she's wearing like a thong and a bra and is like prancing through, just
inappropriate.
Doing everything she can to annoy him. And then on top of it, the chimera bit him in the ass and he looks like an idiot.
Yep.
I kind of felt for Hunt here a little bit.
He's had a rough couple days.
So Bryce leaves the nail salon and is walking, goes and ends up visiting her brother, but we think distant cousin, Rune, and he lives with Flynn and Declan. So Tristan Flynn is son of Lord Hawthorne. Very much Rockefeller pretty boy vibes. Very entitled, but like he's nice through all of this, but pretty boy. A lot of connections. Declan is built his career off of hacking, and we don't really know how he does what he does, but he's made a living basically hacking into Republic computers and then making them pay him to fix it.
Yeah. Basically,
being
like,
a hacker.
I can fix this firewall issue you got.
FYI, I found this. You should probably pay me to fix it for you.
And
pretty genius.
He's pretty rich because of it.
Pretty genius. So she gets to Rune's house. We get his point of view. He is very into the music. Now, he's fucked up, right? Yeah. He took something, mirth root, which I think is weed.
Yeah, I think they smoked a joint. But he is very
into the music, and it was similar to Bryce the night Danica died at the club. So it's another connection to like fairies and their connection to like the sound of music and understanding that. He is also like the very movie? Fucked up. He is very fucked up. What movie?
You said like the sound of music. And so I said like the movie.
Oh, no. I meant like as in a Valley Girl. Like the sound of music, not music. Music, yes. Okay. We're rolling with it. So anyways, he's just into the music and she's there in his room. And he's having memories of this fight they got into years ago on Why They Don't Talk. We're getting little glimpses of it. But he remembers her standing in his room last time. And she just looks at him and she's like, Jesus Christ, what did you take? Holy shit. And he's like, where are you going? And she's like, to get you some water. And as she walks out, like the friends are like, what? Oh, hey, you graced us with your presence. And she's like, what the fuck did you guys give him? And he's like, why do you think it was me? And it's like, because you're just as fucked up as he is.
Yeah, you idiots. Look the same.
You look the same. So drink some water. She tells Rune about this whole thing, that it has to work for Micah to find the murderer, because she's asking questions and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Stay away from that. She's like, listen, the governor gave me a task. All right. She is asking Rune for info on the Viper Queen, which kind of came out of nowhere. She storms out of the house. Rune goes to follow her and sees Bryce walk to Hunt across the street. They have a little bit of a pissing contest back and forth, right? We already knew they got into a fight years ago, but there's animosity there. It's like, what's going on? And they're all arguing. And as Hunt and Bryce are walking away, Rune is like, don't let her go to the fucking Viper Queen. So Hunt's like,
I didn't know.
No, she'll do what she wants. So about this Viper
Yeah,
Queen thing,
you didn't tell me about that, man.
What is going on
We're
here?
supposed to be partners.
Right? So she turns around in her, this is the one of many times we're going to see her one up everybody that's there in her condescending, bitchy ass way. Mm-hmm. The way Hunt would say it, how she managed to look down at someone while looking up.
Which
that's
is
the vibe.
A very good way to describe
it.
A
very good way, but that's the vibe right now. So she hands Hunt her list of suspects and says, by the way, Danica didn't know Maximus Tarshan. How do you think I know this? Well, I did some digging and I found him on this dating app. You went on a dating app? Yeah, idiot. Don't you think you guys investigators should be doing this? No, yeah, I'm doing it.
The
obviously.
Police should have figured this out too.
Right. No, you're not a girl. I found him on this dating app, found out he has a girlfriend. Guess where his girlfriend works? Oh, at a nail salon.
Oh.
Guess who did my nails today? Oh, his girlfriend. And his girlfriend revealed Danica did not know him at all, but they both knew the Viper Queen. And Tertian was killed like a block away from her territory in the meat market. There's got to be some sort of connection there. And this is where Hunt's like, huh.
Oh, turns out you were doing stuff.
FYI, you're going to have to wait for clearance.
Yeah.
It's hard to get an appointment with the Viper Queen.
But with my connections, I'll put in a request.
I'll see if that happens. Yeah. And Bryce is like, all right, fine. Yeah. He also gets mad at her for telling her cousin.
Yeah.
Her brother. And she's like, listen, guess what he's going to do? He's going to go run and tell Daddy because he needs Daddy's approval. And we're going to see how the Autumn King reacts. Because I have a feeling he knew something about all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Putting it all together.
It's so funny. We have Hunt tracking Bryce, and in his head, he's like, of course I smelled her as soon as she opened the back door. So what Bryce did was she opened the window just a little bit. The last time she closed it, she only cracked it a little bit so he could see the TV, and he just assumed she went back to watching TV, right?
Right.
Really what she did is she put on clothes because she's always naked in her apartment, and she snuck out the back. But he's like, you're an idiot because I can smell you. And I knew immediately, which with every freaking fantasy, my feedback is people act like they don't smell and they smell. They hide around the corner.
They can smell at very convenient times to be able to smell, and they can't smell.
And they just look like idiots, crawling on the ground, trying to be sneaky.
Maybe what it is we don't talk about the elephant in the room. So when they know everything smells like shit, they're just like, let's just not talk about it because everybody can smell that.
I don't want to ask who just farted.
Yeah. Maybe it's just being polite.
They literally...
Why are you so rude, Marissa?
Okay, whatever.
Marissa's talking. Who farted? It smells like shit.
No, I just walk away. Anyway, so Bryce snuck out. Hunt was immediately on her, and she's going to the meat market.
She was on a motorcycle or something, and he just lands and is like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. But it was this superhero, I'm gonna kill you. And she's like, oh, you're late. And he's looking around. It's a shady ass area. Obviously, yeah. It's the meat market.
Of course.
On. And he's like, that's getting stolen as soon as we walk away. And she's like, oh, I'm pretty sure everyone around here knows the Umber Mortis is really pissed off, and no one's gonna come within 10 feet of it. And he looks around, and everyone's slinking away,
he's
oh shit,
damn it.
He's like, God, she's right again.
She's always right. So she walks into this little place, and there is this guy behind the counter, and it's so funny. It feels like she almost in these interactions that she does, she embodies a different person.
Yes.
So she is sitting there. She always is this vapid,
but super confident.
Agreed. Yes.
Confident badass.
Yeah. She takes on this persona of who is the outward facing person she portrays,
right?
And is just kind of I want some obsidian salt.
That stuff that you're not supposed to sell.
It's totally illegal.
No. Yeah, because what does it do, Marissa?
It summons demons.
I don't think we want everybody doing that, do we, Marissa?
No, so it's illegal. And that's exactly what the guy behind the counter says.
Well, he went, I can't. No, I don't have
that's
that.
illegal. And he's like looking around and stuff like that.
Are you a narc?
You're a narc. I can totally tell. And she's like, yes, I know that you do. And I need it. And he like keeps like ball busting.
But she was also like informed. Like, what'd you give Philip Briggs? Yeah, I'll take twice that. And I'm going to give you this much for it. And then she forces him into a negotiation.
And he's like
masterful in all honesty.
Like, I want it for $10. And he's like, that's ridiculous. There's no way I could sell it. And she's like,
I think we were talking in the thousands.
Yeah, it's fine. And
it's a dime bag.
It's fine. And meanwhile, the Umbra Mortis in his head's like, how does she have that much money? Like, she's got this condo. Like, she rich. 10,000 units is a lot of units.
Yeah.
So she gets him down by threatening that Jezebel is going to send somebody in.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because she's like, you have 1 minute. And she's just sitting there like tip-tapping on her phone and stuff. And she's like, oh my God, this is my cousin's new dog. Isn't it cute? And like, she like looks at Hunt, like play along. And he's like, cute dog. And so the guy's like, fine. I'll do 10. And she's like, hold on a second. I've got to finish typing this to my cousin. Like this vapid person she becomes.
As it's like counting down that someone's going to be at the door.
Yeah. And she's like, okay, I better call my boss. And she calls Jezebel and is like, you can call off your dogs. I've got the obsidian salt. Yeah. And Jezebel on the other line has no idea what she's talking about, but just chuckles.
So that's what I was going to ask you. She like laughed and said, okay, do you think Jezebel knew at all?
Oh, she had no idea. I think Bryce just does this all the time.
Okay.
And so she leaves. As she's leaving, immediately we see the Viper Queen. We actually feel her power before we see her and we're out the door. And the Umbra Mortis, Hunt, is just like, oh. And in his head, he's like, she did this so the Viper Queen would come. We don't have to wait for an audience.
Just to get her attention.
So again, Bryce is playing chess.
Yep. She plays uninterested really, really well.
She really does.
Yeah.
And going back to the last episode where I was like, Reed, she's a badass bitch. Why is she dealing with this? I totally get it because she's using him.
Yeah.
Like she knows that they're not a forever thing. She's using him to keep up her I'm a vapid party girl brand. Yeah. And she's like, the plus is I get regular sex. It's meh sex, but it's regular.
Who?
Bryce. Well, they've only done it twice.
With who?
Reed.
Oh.
I said it makes sense.
I missed that part. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I thought you messed up if we're talking about Hunt. Sorry.
No, they haven't had sex. They don't this whole book, by the way. Okay. I'll take that out because that's a spoiler.
Yes.
So the Viper Queen is like, what do you got there? And she's like, oh, nothing. Just something your people sold me. The Viper Queen is like, I see you're looking for me. Do you think that's what she sounds like?
Not at
what
all.
do you think she more?
No, I thought she was super elegant. I saw like a beautiful, beautiful woman with black hair and snake green eyes. Because Hunt talked about like the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, agreed. But I did picture in my head when I first read it, like her body being a snake. So it's like from the arms up, it's woman, and then I know it's not how it is, but then it made it a little comical for me. Because then I've just
so then when she was like, all right, come to my office, she's like slithering away. And they follow her into like, that's another thing. Her office was a fucking mess.
It was gross. Yeah, it was.
So that's also because I thought she was super, super elegant because they were so caught off guard about
maybe that's why I assumed she was ratchet. Because I pictured the snake body and then her like plomping into like, this messy area.
So what do you guys need?
Like Estelle from Friends. The agent?
No, I saw it.
Just kidding. I know that's not what she looked like, but isn't that funny?
That's way better. I want that version now. Okay, that's the Viper Queen.
Okay, so the Viper Queen.
I'm the Viper Queen. What do you need, okay? You're in my area. You got the salt. We all know what the salt does. What are you doing with it, sweetheart?
So, that's exactly what she sounded like and what the narrative was. Did you just read that?
think it was me? You think I know what happened here?
It's almost like she's reading the book right now.
Listen. Let me tell you something, okay? Maximus, that guy's a prick, okay? He probably got what was coming to him. I didn't do it, but I'm not gonna knock whoever did, okay? And Danica, we helped each other out sometimes. You know, sometimes you gotta know people in low places. I'm the low people, okay? I'm the low people. You don't believe me? I'll give you what I gave the cops. Here. You wanna know what's on there?
So,
I had a 3-day orgy, and that's why I didn't kill these motherfuckers. You watch it. You pick up some tips. Some good tips, okay?
That's exactly what happened. Exactly word for word.
So
actually, was that the dramatized version?
It was totally my audition for the remake of part 1, The Viper Queen. So the one thing I didn't say, she did leave with some good advice. So face back on, we're going to go. She said, hey, Bryce, you want to find who killed Danica? Look to where it hurts the most for your answers.
Which is, okay, so...
What does that mean?
Not only what does that mean, but 2, why the fuck would the Viper Queen know?
Yeah.
She doesn't know what they're looking for, why they're looking for it, what the big picture is. She's just a random lady.
Yeah, but I think the Viper Queen, she's part of the gangs in New York, right? You know? So she always is going to let them think she knows something, even if she doesn't, and they're going to always assume she knows a little bit.
So this also might go back to my mental portrayal of Estelle / Viper Queen.
Yes.
Because I was just kind of like, why does everybody think she's a big deal? I'm like, she doesn't know more than like the Autumn King, and he's an idiot.
See, I pictured somebody totally different. But
Which
now,
your way is definitely accurate.
No, yours is better, though. Everybody, you're welcome. Thank Marissa right now. That was
Again, this is why I should write a fantasy book.
True. I have to do the voiceover for your audiobook.
Oh, gosh. Complete with sound effects, please. You know how much I love those.
Oh, my gosh. All right. So we fast forward to the next morning. Bryce is at work, talking to Lehabah, trying to figure out Danica's last movements and write them down. She's getting very distracted. She goes ahead and calls Hunt, lets him in. Not only lets him into the gallery, but lets him into the basement, the no-no area. That only Danica she has ever let down here, outside of the people who already work there, the sprites that already work there.
Which, again, she's going to get turned into a lizard because we already know that her boss watches the cameras every once in a while.
She does. Watches Lehabah quite a bit as well. So I thought Lehabah was hilarious during this whole scene.
It was so funny.
Because she's so trying to, like, show off, but also, like, talk to Athy. But she just makes Bryce look super good. And Hunt's mental, like, games he's playing, like, holy shit, I have been so wrong about her, are pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So we find out that Bryce bought Cyrix's freedom. Cyrix was traded for, like, the first 10 years of his life, and Jezebel was his last owner, and she was about to sell him off as well, and Bryce bought him for a very high price. We find out that, I don't know if we find out how much, but we find out how much.
It was, okay, so Lehabah actually asks Hunt,
How much were
you? And Bryce is like, that is rude. You can't ask that. And she's like, excuse me, my great-great-grandmother fought with him in the rebellion. We're basically brothers.
We're basically best friends.
We're basically related. And so Hunt says, well, I was 85,000.
85 million.
85 million. And Lehabah was like, oh, I was like 100. And evidently Cyrix was like 300,000. Yeah, 300,000. So that means that
be like,
Hunt was the cheapest And he is a
No. So I thought that when I read it.
Yeah.
I did. I thought, because I thought the way, but then when I listened to it, it was like, no, she was saying I was 85,000 marks, right? Which is a lot. The Chimera, I just remember that Bryce was going to be paying her off until she was 300 years old.
300, yeah.
So it was like 300,000. And then Hunt just went, I was 85 million gold marks. So he was like that much more.
Oh, I thought they were all
and part of it was because I think it was dramatized version, so it was his like flat line, and she was like, oh. So I read it the same way you did, though.
Oh, okay.
That like Lehabah was like, wow, you're cheap.
My version is funnier.
I think it was also because Hunt was so surprised how expensive and that Bryce had that money.
Yeah.
Right? So, which was a little different because he'd always thought Bryce was like this party princess type of thing. The moral of that, though, is that Hunt was like, holy, like, damn, she's like sacrificing so much of herself already just to save this like animal that can't talk or anything.
We do find out that the person that was going to buy Syrinx was actually going to break him and make him like a battle.
Yeah.
And she's like,
so
I didn't want that to happen to my friend.
Yeah. She's like, okay, so FYI, I called you in here because I needed a little bit of help. If you can help me out. I'm having trouble remembering Danica's last movements without like kind of spiraling. So maybe you could ask me some questions and guide me down that path. Hunt starts just asking her random questions that have nothing to do with Danica at first, right? Like, what'd you study in school? How did you get into this? How did you get hired here? Right? And just has her thinking and just jogging her memory and going through like her life. And then he kind of leads into name the happiest memory you have from your last week with Danica. Like, that's kind of his first question in. Very genius. Mm-hmm. She brings up the tattoo. That they went and got that tattoo. She got one, a matching one. It's the one down her back that we've heard before.
And they were both wasted.
Right.
When they got it. She didn't even know what it said until the next morning.
Right. Right. That leads them to a text from Rune. And so she reads it, and she's like, he wants me to meet him. Should I give him a heads up that you're coming too? And
yeah.
Athy goes, hell no.
No, let's surprise them.
Let's surprise them.
So we do know that Athy and Rune, they actually got into a big fight years ago. And Rune was like, I got a couple of good hits in, broke a couple ribs. But then Athy hit him so hard in the face that his nose was shattered.
Yeah.
So, like, they have
This was at,
beef.
like, an official event, too. Yeah. Because the governor was there. Michael was there.
And Hunt is a slave. So he punched the prince and nothing happened. Okay. So they actually decide to meet at Luna's temple. And as they're walking up, Rune, like, he's able to stay completely in the shadows. And you're overhearing, like, all of the information that the tour guide's doing. He can't hide his sound, so he has to be quiet. He has to like tiptoe and stuff. But he is like completely in the dark.
Does that sound like anybody we've ever
sounds exactly
read about before?
Like somebody in Akatar.
Have we ever read about a shadow daddy? Have we?
I really don't like it being called Shadow Daddy. It kind of eeks me out. Okay.
Put your hands on the headboard. No, that wasn't the Shadow Daddy.
No.
All right, sorry.
Okay, so Rune actually is able to envelop both Hunt and Bryce, and he lets Bryce know.
Doesn't Hunt go, pretty cool trick?
Yeah.
Gives him a little compliment.
Little impressed.
Yeah.
They all have to like stand very close to each other in the shadows while this tour guide leaves because, again, they can hear sound.
Yeah.
And so through the tour guide, we actually hear more about the horn. And so the horn was wielded by the first Starborn prince, which again, both Bryce and Rune are from the Starborn line. So this is their ancestor, and his name is Peleus. And during the first wars, he actually imbued this horn. This horn is so powerful that all of the demon princes actually wanted to steal the horn. And so this is actually the start of this whole like war that happens where Prince Peleus and the Prince of the Pit, they actually fought with each other. And Peleus actually dies in this fight. But before he dies, he is able to open and close this rift. And this is why all of the princes...
The princes of the underworld. So
yeah,
the prince of the pit is like the most like
powerful.
Well, like and the darkest and nastiest creatures, like the pit. Right?
Yeah. And so he is able to place them in a different dimension, or
using the horn. He summoned the horn's strength. Yeah.
But the horn in that got broken.
Right.
Or like through the battle got broken. And so it is what they thought was useless.
Does that also sound like something else we've read about? Breaking and then healing. It's okay. I'm just saying.
So for centuries, they tried to heal the horn to no avail. They finally said, we give up. There's no way this will ever be. And now it's just a pretty artifact, basically. And so with this, though, Rune is like, the Autumn King has asked me to find Luna's horn.
Right. So they know the demon's called the Crystallos. So when Hunt goes to call Justinian to research Crystallos, because they have a name now, that's when Bryce looks at Rune and is like, did the Autumn King kill Danica? Like, is that the connection here? Is that what, is it the horn and he wants the horn and she's somehow connected? And Rune's like, no, like, I don't think so. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past Dad, but blah, blah, blah. And that's also, we find out through flashbacks because they're arguing what Rune actually said to her years ago that they haven't talked.
Yeah.
And so they were going back and forth in the fight, and Rune called her a half-breed slut. So pinging right at what everyone else says about her that she just leans into. So we all are also seeing like this sex appeal thing that she does is kind of armor. It's kind of like Fat Amy. Like, I'm going to call myself Fat Amy so I can do it before you bitches do.
Yeah.
If you're already going to call me a half-breed slut, I'm just going to lean into that shit so I can make fun of myself before you do.
But this happened 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So she was 17.
Yeah.
She was a kid. She wasn't a slut.
Yeah. I don't think Rune's much older than her, though, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like,
yeah, he feels bad.
Okay. Rune Dannon.
I mean, but we are finding out she rightfully can be a bitch to him. Because I have thought she's a little, like, harsh, right? Because he's trying and she's just aggressive.
Yeah.
And so when I heard that, I'm like, well, okay. I would probably be mad for 10 years, too.
10 years is a long time. I don't think he's been puppy dogging it this whole 10 years.
Who knows? It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Okay, fine. Why don't you continue, you half-breed slut? How long are you going to stop talking to me, Nicole?
Well, I don't know who just said that, but moving on, Jezebel calls her and wants her to send a file from the computer. And she's very abrupt and short about it. And Bryce is like, all right, like right now. And she threatens her right away. So we've all joked, we've seen them joking about her, this enchantress turning her enemies into lizards and things like that. Jezebel's like, I'm your boss. When I ask you to do something, you do it. Would you like to be a worm, Bryce? And I just picture Bryce the whole way walking up to Jezebel's office. She's like, would you like to be a bat? How about a slug? Da-da-da-da-da. Like, just like berating her with these. And then I think Bryce goes, if I had to choose, I think I'd want to be a centipede. And she's like, be careful what you wish for, okay? This attitude. I do want to point out that she pointed out the Godslayer rifle that was hung on her wall behind her desk, and it was dismantled into 4 pieces because it was perfect Jezebel fashion, right? Putting it up there, it's intimidating, but it's dismantled, so you don't need to be worried. And she was like, I wonder how they would feel if they knew the 6-inch bullet that goes in it is in that safe right over there. Mm-hmm. And I only bring it up because Sarah J. Maas only points out things like that if they're going to matter sometime in the future. Because it was just this random thought. And it's like, that's going to come back into play at some point. Hunt calls her. As she's doing all this, there's been another murder. Gate in the old square, the victim was an acolyte from Luna's temple. They had just been at Luna's temple. Bryce basically starts having a panic attack, and Hunt is not very empathetic. He's like, move your ass, let's go. You have 1 minute. Bryce is like trying to talk herself out of a panic attack. The whole time they're going there, he's like in front of her. She's freaking the fuck out. They get there. She sees like the piles, flashbacks to the night of Danica. And Hunt really, not until like the very end, is starting to kind of click. And then all of a sudden, Rune is there and he's like, you're a fucking asshole. You know that? And that's when Hunt kind of puts it all together. Like, oh, I fucked up.
The last time she saw this, it was her best friend.
Yeah, and she puts on a tough front. But she is not the Umber Mortis who has killed millions of people. Maybe not millions, but
thousands.
So Rune is like, take her to my apartment, which must be like around the corner, and get her cleaned up and help her out. In this conversation in Rune's apartment, she's like catatonic, in all honesty. When he's like pulling her out of being catatonic, she finds out the angel she saved that night was Micah.
Dun, 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 dun.
And she's like, so how come I didn't know that? I tried calling every fucking hospital. I was asking for weeks what happened to that angel, and no one was telling me. Did you keep it a secret because it was me? And he's like, well, I mean, yeah. Like, it didn't really look great that a mere mortal, like someone who hadn't gone through the drop yet, half-breed fae, saved the governor, an archangel, when he couldn't save himself. The optics weren't amazing, so we kept it quiet. And she's like pissed and like seething, and he's like, I'm sorry, you're right, like that was bullshit, I'm sorry about tonight.
He first said, actually, well, what, do you want a parade or something?
Yeah.
And then he turned it around when he saw how pissed she was.
Yes. And then he's like, I'm sorry. And he starts,
act like that didn't just happen.
Don't look over here. Don't look over here.
You want some drugs?
I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. But Hunt drops like in his like apology tour. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't understand. I didn't know you shouldn't be there. I'm sorry, you're a suspect on my list. And she's like, I'm a what? And he's like, well, you were. You're not anymore. I'm just saying.
Not since I saw your face so white. You couldn't have done that.
Yeah, like you were obviously affected, so you didn't kill your best friend. She's like, you thought at one point that I did this? Get the fuck out of my face. And like kicks him out. She walks home. She wants to do what I think a lot of us do when we're grieving and don't have any like closing to it. She tortured herself with the old text chain with her and the pack of devils, right? So when you need a good cry, what do? You bring up the photos or the videos or the old text messages of the person you're grieving.
See, I just watch a movie that makes me cry.
Maybe you haven't been hurt this bad. When I die one day,
I feel very blessed.
You'll look back on our text messages. And
well, according to the psychic, you're going to die like 5 years before me, so I'll just know that my time's running out.
You still are going to be sad.
No, I'll
mourn
say,
me.
No, on your deathbed, I'm going to be like, see you in 5 years, bitch.
See you in 5 years. Bye. Peace out, homie. I'll save you a room.
So she wanted to get in a sad mood. How do we make all these very like sad things like funny?
Because we're a little fucked up. It's okay.
It's fine. Okay.
I'm a Scorpio. I don't know what your problem is. On her away.
On her
grief tour.
Sad tour, we actually find out about this whole bonding moment. And the thing about this is like remembered in flashes, or there's references to it throughout the book up until this point. This is the first time we actually find out what happened.
With her and Danica.
That made them so close. And we know that they don't really say, I love you, but this is the first time that they start saying it.
That Danica said it to her.
Because Danica doesn't say, I love you.
Right.
So anyway, they are getting chased by these guys. They get into a motorcycle accident because they were on Danica's motorcycle. They fall. Bryce actually hears the guy standing over, like laughing at them because he caught up with them, and tries to like start shooting the gun. There's no bullets. And he's like, like Henry, whoever's in the cab of the truck, bring me some bullets. And Danica is just on the ground in front of Bryce, just bawling. And she says, I'm so sorry. And she feels guilty because, one, I think the reason they were chasing her was because of Danica.
Danica stole the motorcycle they were on.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember. I bypassed that.
And just to add to the visual, when they fell, Danica like shielded Bryce because even though she also has not done the drop, she has much more power and healing powers than Bryce does, being half human, half fae. She's a full werewolf or whatever. So like Danica's pretty fucked up right now on the ground too. Like she's gonna like injuries that could heal, but she took the brunt of the fall.
Yeah. And so she's crying, just saying sorry because, one, she stole the bike, and two, she's supposed to be the protector, right? She's supposed to be this all powerful, and they're about to die. They know that as soon as the bullets get to the gun, they're going to get shot.
Right.
And Danica looks at her and says, I love you, Bryce.
Yeah.
And Bryce looks at her and says, shut your fucking eyes.
Just close your eyes. Let me take care of this.
Okay. And then the memory ends.
But obviously they lived through that, so we'll find out more later. Bryce, I do want to point out that as Bryce is like walking, Hunt is like feeling really bad. We get his internal dialogue, and he's like, I didn't realize. I thought she was some party girl. And where's she going? Where's she going right now?
She's going to a bar.
She's going to the White Raven.
Yeah. And
God damn it. What the hell?
Now I've got to stalker her in there. And so she actually is in the bar with Juniper.
But what I love is like Hunt goes up to the door and he's mentally like annoyed, right? Yeah. Maybe she's... Because he never goes in. Whenever they have to go in, he has Isaiah go in or anything like that. And the doorman is like, lines back there. And he's like, I'm with her, the redhead that just walked in. Are you? Do you know who I am? Like, I didn't think. He's like, lines back there, and someone else is like, whoever the lion shifter is that owns this place is like, Leon said he's good, and he's like, all right, go ahead. But they were gonna make Hunt wait in line. It's those little things that I think are just hilarious.
It's just great.
Well, it adds to his mentality walking in. He already didn't want to, and then they almost made him wait.
Yeah, and he would have had to wait in line doing something he didn't want to do.
Something tells me he wouldn't have waited in line, but either way.
He would have just walked in.
Yeah.
So he walks up to the table. He's all pissed off because he's like, we need to solve a fucking murder. I've got basically my slavery on the line here.
Yeah.
And it's just like drinking her martini or whatever and playing the vampant I don't care person. Yeah. And Juniper comes up and is like, oh, you brought a friend.
Hi. And she's like, he was just leaving. He's like, I was not.
I'm actually going to eat. And so they actually order food. Bryce is like, just liquid dinner for me. And he's like rolling his eyes. Juniper is like, I'm going to eat blah, blah, blah. Well, we know.
Can you fry air in not oil? And that's basically what she ordered. It was like sprouts with no butter and...
And, well, I mean, she's a ballerina.
Dancer's diet, you know.
And she, like, looks over at everybody and was like, I'm vegan. Hunt is like, mentally, he's like, he's known a lot of fawns. He's, like, led them in battle.
They typically don't eat meat.
Yeah. And he's like, some of them even struggle to be around me. And so he actually asks her, do you mind if I do?
Yeah.
And then he orders something that sounds amazing. Like my mouth was watering.
Wow. It was a little peek into how empathetic he is and sweet without like wanting anybody to really know. He's like
even
very
though he's so like monotone in real life.
Yeah.
And he actually looks over at Bryce and is like, she didn't eat breakfast because he's stalking her, remember? He's like, I'm pretty sure she didn't pack a lunch, so that means she skipped lunch, and now she's starting to drink and probably taking shots. And he's like, I'll order a blah, blah, blah for her. And you know how I feel about that.
But it happened to be like her favorite.
That's true. That
food.
turned it around.
Yeah, because he's like, I've watched her enough to know what she likes too.
Yeah. He actually said, I
literally wrote that I knew you were annoyed.
Yeah.
During this moment. The way Bryce, because Bryce is annoyed. Bryce is like, I don't need some fucking veneer male telling me when to eat and what to eat. You piece of shit.
I treat my body how I want to treat my body.
Exactly.
He actually, how he knew wasn't because he observed. He would smell what she ordered. That's how he knew what to order her.
I did not pick up on that.
Yeah, I was like, what? That's
of course you weird. Would, though.
But
because
see,
that's weird. It's weird. It's weird.
So he actually like grabs her drink and is like, well, you're not treating your body right because you're doing this and you're drinking alcohol. And he like takes a swig and he's like, wait, this is just water. And she's like,
I don't drink.
I don't drink. I don't do drugs. You're an idiot. And he's like, why do you act like a party girl?
Yeah.
Well, he said that in her head. He's not ballsy enough yet to say it to her face.
No. And then right then, Rune shows up. Right?
Because everybody's just following her around. What the hell is going on?
I understand her annoyance to a degree.
She is very anti-alpha guy, and she sets boundaries pretty clearly, and these guys just keep following her.
Right. But what I love about Rune in this moment is that he makes Hunt feel even worse for his like dismissive behavior because like, she used to dance. She doesn't dance anymore. And Hunt's like, oh yeah, like kind of like how she doesn't drink. And Rune looks at him and it's like obvious he didn't know that either. So they're both kind of like, oh
shit.
I guess we shouldn't be such assholes.
Yeah.
And then kaboom!
During this kaboom, one, remember Bryce hasn't done the drop.
Right.
So she actually jumps in front of Juniper.
Yeah.
And takes the brunt of the explosion. Rune and Hunt were actually like arguing with each other and they weren't very close to the kaboom. And so they didn't get hurt very bad, but it is just like chaos. Like I just picture where you like half hear everything. It seems like most people survived, but it was just chaotic and dangerous and scary.
Right.
And Juniper is just screaming, Bryce, why would you do that? You haven't made the drop. You haven't made the drop. And Bryce passes out.
Okay, you missed the best part.
Okay.
Juniper punched Bryce in the face and said, you fucking idiot. I'd made the drop 2 years ago. What are you doing?
Oh, it was a more of a sympathetic like tap in my mind.
Oh, you sweetheart. What are you doing? What are you doing? No, this like dainty vegan dancer fawn jacked her in the face for jumping in front of her. So I was a little annoyed when I first read it. Reading the whole book, re-listening to it, you can tell that this self-sacrificing bullshit is a common occurrence with Bryce, that the people who love her are annoyed by it. Yeah. Like, stop throwing
doing stupid shit.
Stop doing this shit. All right.
Yeah.
It's not heroic. It's not cool. Like,
it's just not using your brain.
It's you not dealing with shit. You haven't dealt with shit and you don't value your life. The rest of us value your life. Stop.
It's like if you're in a horror movie.
Yeah.
And instead of running out the front door, you run upstairs.
Stupid.
That's how I see it.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good analogy.
Bryce is the only...
don't! Sorry.
Bryce is the only one that is really hurt.
Yeah.
And so they take her to Reese's to get, cleaned up and... to Rune's, the other one.
May or may not be related to Reese.
Probably related.
We think so, maybe. Wink, wink. I don't know. We'll read more books.
Okay. And Hunt cleans her wounds while she's sitting there just in shock.
Yeah.
And he actually notices the huge cut on her leg. And this isn't the first time he's noticed it, but he's getting a front row seat to it. And he's very sad because if you recall, he's the one that took the med gun and just on the battlefield, just like sutured her leg back together. Yeah. And he's actually shocked that she's never gotten it fixed or gotten it healed.
Well, and by how gross it is, he can tell, like, he's always thought she was limping because of her stupid ass shoes. Yeah. Like it was her own party girl fault. And he's like, oh no. Ooh. This is why she limps sometimes. The only thing I really want to note about this is we always get like a Beauty and the Beast clean the wounds.
We really do.
There's a emotional connection.
It's usually the girl cleaning the man's though. So I am liking this turnaround.
I am too. And I'm liking it because Bryce is having to be vulnerable because she did have a panic attack in front of him, and then this explosion happens, and through all like 3 of those events, Hunt's mental notes of her are changing, right? Like she is not who he labeled her to be, and he is feeling like really bad about the assumptions he was making. And
don't judge a book by its cover.
Yes, very much so. So this was kind of like the climax of the shift of respect, and it was clean up someone's wounds thing. We always get a good one, don't we?
It's a fantasy must.
So, the theory of the explosion at the White Raven. This was what Philip Briggs was trying to do years ago. Yep. So, they think it's the human rebels that set off the bomb. They smuggled it in through this like wine, and when they looked at the box further, there was an emblem on there that they thought originally was like a C, like for Crescent City. But they're thinking it's the Curious Rebel Group symbol, which is also the symbol of a horn. Mm-hmm. So the human rebels, but it's also, could that mean the horn? Could that be a warning to us to stop what we're doing, right? Because they went to Luna's temple. So the consensus of this war room theory is we need to go see Philip Briggs in prison. Rune then also brings up that the Autumn King knows that Bryce is also looking for the horn with Rune. He wants to know what she's going to do with it. So it's like, Daddy wants to know, are you going to use this as a statement if you find the horn before us? You going to give it back to the museum? What you doing? And I like how Bryce is like, I think I'm going to use it for my new cup for game day. Da 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 da. So she's still doing her like dismissiveness of it. He says, regardless, he now thinks you need all-day protection, like live in protection. She's like, I thought he didn't care about me. And it's like, no, he doesn't. I just want to make that clear. He doesn't actually care about you. Nope. But he thinks you need to be protected, and it would look bad with the summit coming if anything like happened around this.
Yeah,
so you need
help. Got murdered.
Yeah. He's like, I volunteered to do it. And she's like, yeah,
you're welcome.
Nice try. Hunt'll do it. Even though, because I know you guys hate angels.
Well, and he's like, you have to have me because the king says so. And she was like, did he say it had to be you exactly?
Yeah.
And Rune just like looked at her blank face, and she's like, didn't think so.
Hunt'll do it.
Boom.
Boom. Also with that, Rune's like, okay, fine. But like, I need access to the library beneath the gallery. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he looks at Hunt, and Hunt's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Fuck you guys, you both know what I'm fucking talking about. All right, that last book, it just kind of like jumped out at me. So I don't know, maybe something will just like jump out at me. Don't make me say I think the ghost is going to whisper to me again. Okay, don't make me say it, but I need access, okay? And she's like, fine. Only if you let Declan be at our disposal. Remember, this is the hacker that can hack into things and all of that. And he's like, well, that means he's going to need to know about all this. And she's like, that's fine. I think he knows how to keep his mouth shut. Mm-hmm. Okay? It'll be fine. They have their plan. Hunt and Bryce are kind of having another like heart-to-heart-ish when they get to her apartment. So this is the first time he's like inside. And so it's like a little awkward, but
and not. The front desk person was not cool about it. She was
about all this. Yeah.
She was very protective at first, and she's like, Bryce, is he here? Are you sure this isn't against your will?
Yeah.
Like, and everything like that. And she's like, no, he's fine. And so she like doesn't have any shoes on because the bomb just went off, right? Like,
I didn't
she
even
doesn't
put two and
have
two
her
together with
purse. She doesn't have her shoes. She's kind of like walking up the steps, and Hunt's just like begrudgingly following her.
Yeah.
And then she gets to her door and she's like, I don't have my keys. And he's like, oh, like, who has keys to your house? Like, does the front door person? And she's like, yes. And he's like, oh, okay. And so he goes down, and the front door person did not trust him, like came up and was like, are you sure? Are you sure this isn't against your will? She's like, it's fine. It's fine.
She's like so tired.
So finally she gets into her apartment.
He's looking around, right? It's a very nice apartment from what he could see before as well. But he sees the picture of Danica and her. And he said he recognizes the sword that Danica had. And they were looking out like on a sunset or something like that. And they looked like they had just been through a battle. And this was after that night together with them, almost dying, in all honesty. So he starts to talk to her and he asks her why she hasn't made the drop yet. And so she tells him she was waiting for her and Danica, and then they had picked a time, and it's 2 years from now. In the middle of that story, her phone rings, and she picks it up, and he watches her switch her demeanor and put on that face and act like she's happy and lie to her mom about not being at the White Raven for the explosion. Juniper wasn't there either. No, don't worry about it. I know I wasn't answering my phone. This was going on. I know, it's fine. And just totally smoothing over everything for her.
My phone wasn't broken because it was at the nightclub, which it was.
Yeah.
Oh, I dropped it in the toilet last night. How embarrassing.
But like this mask that she puts on for everybody else, it kind of opens Hunt up. He tells her about the deal Micah offered him. So she knows why he cares so much or what's going on, that he gets it knocked down to 10. She also infers a lot about what he has to do. And is in her mental dialogue seeing that it takes a mental toll on him. It's not like he likes being good at killing people.
Yeah.
He also notices another picture of her and her mom, he's assuming, and another man, and sees like the military tags and recognizes, like, he knew her stepdad, that he was a legendary war hero and a sharpshooter. So I thought that was interesting because we had mentioned that before about her dad, but if Hunt knows who he is as a human,
he's kind of a big deal.
He was kind of a big freaking deal. And so through all of this, Hunt is like coming to the realization that the clothes, the makeup, the bravado is all armor.
Just fake.
It's just armor to keep people away. He also, in this conversation, before they go meet Rune, he talks about how is he that different, that he's not that nice of a guy. And she makes the comment to him, I've known a lot of assholes, and you're not one of them, Hunt. So this, again, they had like their Beauty and the Beast moment. This is the first real conversation with the two of them voicing, I think, the things that they've been thinking about each other up until this point. Both of them to each other have made a lot of assumptions of each other and then come to realizations. And this is the first time they're both like mutually, like a handshake, like a truce, I felt like in this moment. Rune meets Hunt and Bryce at the gallery, right, to go down to the library the next day. Rune and Hunt are kind of like sparring back and forth with each other a little bit. They definitely don't like each other, but are working together. As they're there, Lehabah is also flirting with Rune. So she is a little flirty, slutty McSlutterson.
The funny thing is, the first time when Lehabah was like trying to get him to come in, one of the things that Bryce said to her was, Lehabah, you couldn't even fit your arms all the way around his thing. I was like, what the hell?
But she's also doing the same stuff with Rune. Like, oh my God, what does it feel like to be the chosen one? Is it great? It's not. Oh. I'm so sorry. I understand completely. She's pretty hilarious. In that moment, Declan sends over the information that he found. everything that they wanted. The coordinates, the locations, everywhere Danica was the last 2 weeks before her whole daily routine, which I remember Hunt was like, did this chick ever sleep? Like, she was all over the place. So the den, everywhere like that. It shows that Danica was not stationed near the temple. She was stationed at the temple. And she was there the 2 days before the horn was stolen and the day the horn was stolen during the actual blackout. So that's new information. It wasn't just that she was near. And that is weird. Typically, someone at her rank wouldn't be stationed at Luna's temple either. They keep researching. Rune does find a book. There is a book. One, I thought this was also hilarious. He goes to start looking, and one of the books like starts to like leave, and Lehaba's like, back where you go, like da da da, like is yelling at the book. And she like gives Rune all these warnings. It's like, okay, don't let any of them convince you to take them home. They're not allowed to leave, da 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 da. And he's kind of like, what the fuck is this? Why are you being like this? She's like, because they're living things. And that's when like the book comes off, and she's like, knock it off. Absolutely not.
You stay right where you are.
So there is a book that kind of jumps out at him and kind of sings to him, I think it was a little bit. And he has to go up to the top shelf and grab it, and grabs it down. And it's The Great Romances of the Fae.
Of course.
So they all have a nice laugh, like, oh,
okay,
trying to pick up some tips. Is that why it jumped out at you, buddy? Okay, all right, sure. In the book, though, he finds out some information. It did sing to him for a reason. So Peleus was a high general for a Fae queen named Thea. And when they entered the world during the crossing, right? Because remember, all these different sects of people came from other places originally, just ended up here. Helena was her daughter, the Fae queen's daughter. So Queen Thea was starborn. Her daughter also possessed the same power. So the starborn power wasn't this like mythical thing that only one person kind of sort of has a small spark of. It looks like it was a lot more prevalent back in the day before the crossing.
Yeah.
And the horn only worked for the starborn. So when filled with power, they know that the horn was broken, and the Fae claimed it could only be repaired by light that is not light, magic that is not magic. So they're like, so obviously it's broken. I did not think that right away. What did you think about that comment when we heard it? Light that is not light, magic that is not magic. Did you have like a...
Oh, I thought what the book was implying.
I thought right away, I'm like, it's lightning.
Oh, I didn't think that.
I thought that right away. I don't know why. But I was like, that's a clue. That doesn't mean it's broken, you guys, you dumbasses. It's a riddle.
I thought it was somebody that has true starborn power could repair it, but that doesn't exist anymore.
Because stars are like light that isn't light, and magic that isn't magic because it's power that's coming like from a star. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think there's something too, because Rune like dismisses his own starborn power. He tries to do it, and it's like the lighter, your lighter that's out right now.
Yeah, that's why if you guys have been hearing the it's because I keep forgetting that my lighter's broken.
But isn't that what you pictured during Rune's?
It's like he's like trying.
Like, look, it doesn't do anything.
Like sometimes it maybe sparks a little bit, but then it like fizzles out.
Yeah, but since he is the chosen one, like we know all of that, I just kind of feel like there's a lot more to that. Either way, Hunt thinks they should go to the Oracle. That's what we end with. Like, why don't we ask the Oracle about all of this stuff?
Yeah, and he looks at Bryce and is like, "You want to come?" She's like, "I'm not going.
I ain't going to see her."
And then he looks at Rune and is like, "You want to come?" He's like, "I'm not going." He's like,
"Okay." We both have history with
both
her.
of them had a shitty time at the Oracle. Let's go.
Something happened.
Yep.
I gotta go. Okay, fine.
So now that Hunt is actually staying at Bryce's place, he needs to go get a bunch of clothes and stuff to like live there. He spent one night. Now he's starting to get sticky. So
he needs his Axe body spray.
He really does. By the way, that still smells pretty good. I know that's very 1990s of me, but
I don't think so. I don't think it was no. In the 90s, it was CK1.
When was Curve? Because I still think Curve. Do you remember Curve was like the best smelling boys?
I don't.
Oh, smell some Curve. It smells great.
Who made it? Do you remember?
I don't know, but I'll look it up and I'll show you before you leave. But I remember Curve was what all of the guys wore
If
in
I saw
high
the
school.
bottle, I'd probably know.
But
I was in college then, so maybe guys went back to being just a high school in there. Thing?
I don't know. Okay. Well, sorry, I lost my train of thought. So Hunt is like, so I'm going to the barracks. Where does that mean you're going? And she's like, to the barracks. And so they walk in and they're like waiting for the elevator. And all of a sudden in walks Sandriel. And Hunt just like freezes and he's like sweating and all nervous and everything like that. And Isaiah is standing there too. And he actually is a little frozen. And everybody in the whole room, like you can feel her power. Imagine
you could feel it before you saw her. Like you felt it all shift. And then they kind of like
walked in,
turn, and see her.
Well, and I'll say Micah's standing with her. Like they're both coming in. But she's like talking to Mike and is like, oh, I wanted to come early so that way I could make sure you guys were doing shit before it was all prepared as such. Like she's just such a blah. And everybody in the like lobby area is like bowing except for Hunt because he can't like move. And Bryce sees this and is like, oh shit, he's going to get in trouble.
But even Isaiah is like, what are you doing? Get down. But he's like, frozen.
He's frozen. So Bryce actually stands up and like starts doing her mask again and starts like taking a bunch of pictures of Micah and Sandriel. And she even grabs Hunt and like takes a selfie of them in the background.
Guys.
He's like, ah, and she like grabs him. Everybody's still like bowing. So this is very like in everybody's faces. Yeah. She actually takes him by the arm and is like, thanks for showing me, Hunt. And like turns the elevator on and goes in the elevator and is like, I just picture her being like, close door on the button, close door. They didn't get the door closed. Micah like at the doors before it can close. And she's like, yeah, Hunt promised me. He said that there's going to be some really important people here. So I wanted to see what it was all about. And like even like snapped a picture in that moment. So Hunt and is just like, I needed to get stuff from the barracks. And Isaiah, he comes in and like cuts in and tries to cover. But all of this is because Hunt didn't bow and then got dragged into the elevator, which is like disrespectful, right?
Yeah. And then he's kind of like, okay, cool. And she goes to leave and he like grabs her elbow and is like, hey, you're intriguing.
Yeah. And you want to go out sometime? And she's like, no. And in Hunt's head, he's like, I'm going to pay for that later.
Yeah. She said, not interested. Like, even worse than no. Even worse than no.
To the top 7 of this territory.
Yeah. And Micah's not unattractive.
No.
Like, they described him before. He's a very attractive male. Very powerful. Yeah. An archangel. Not interested.
Not interested.
No.
Hunt even like asks her like, why did you say no? And she's like, because I'm not interested. I'm not into that. And he probably sucks in bed. And he's like, actually, according to the people that have had sex with him, he's pretty good in bed.
Well, and then what I loved is she flipped out. She's like, right, because like I why wouldn't I say yes? Why wouldn't I obviously want a powerful man? I could just not be into it, not be interested in it. Like, so I was like, yeah.
You tell him.
Yeah.
What she said.
When they first get to the barracks, she like grabs his phone, like playing around with them, and she's like, there are 36 photos on this phone. And he's like, yeah. Since I've gotten it 4 years ago. She's like, in 4 years, you've taken 36 pictures, and they're all of, like, crime
severed
scenes.
Legs. There's a severed leg. She's, like, swiping and severed leg.
Yeah. And they're all, like, work-oriented. And he's like, what? Like, what else would I take a picture of? She's like, I don't know. Life? Like, a flower? A cool meal? I don't know. Anything? And she, like, takes a picture of herself, like, joking around, and takes a picture with her and him. And so this is going to come into play. Like they continuously start doing this with each other. But I thought that was cute. But she asks him if he's dating anyone. And he's like, no.
Not since my love.
He's like,
Shahar.
Well, he kind of stopped and then he does offer that. He goes, not since it ended really badly. Which I thought was funny because, like, knowing the story, we're going to find out it a little bit in more detail later, but, like, that's putting it mildly. It ended badly. I have a lifetime of servitude from my last relationship.
I mean, the way he said it, you just assume that, like, they got in a really bad fight or she cheated on him or something. It ended badly.
No, but he says it ended badly, and he said at this point we got the little Shahar who was killed by her sister, but I didn't tell her that part. I'm like, oh, shit! Actually, I would say that's bad.
So Hunt has to go to the Oracle by himself, and it is actually a sphinx. So that feels kind of Egyptian cool.
Yeah. So what did you picture?
A sphinx.
But like
head of a person, body of a lion. That's a sphinx.
But like wearing like I pictured like a legit gold statue.
Oh, no, I pictured like it as an animal. It even talked about how it like went on a pedestal and like sat down on its perch.
And I just pictured all of that gold.
Okay. I mean, he might be sprinkled in gold. Who knows? But I didn't picture it like that. No judgment.
I mean, I just thought it was descriptive.
Yeah. So he walks in. We know Hunt has actually never gotten his fortune told. Like, it's very prevalent in Fae society to have your fortune told, like, right at 13. And again, we know that both Rune and Bryce had bad experiences. So he actually goes, and not mentioning what, like, the Sphinx is used to hearing is like, what's my future? It is, why would somebody want Luna's horn? And she was like cryptic and stuff, but she says, because it can open the doorways between the worlds. So that, again, with this whole riff and everything like that, there's a lot of interpretation.
Right.
So he's thinking they want to reopen the Northern Rift. And the Sphinx tells him that the horn can be repaired. She just can't see how. And so whenever he asks a question, it seems like she doesn't really want to answer. She's like, that's shielded from me at the moment.
It's veiled. Yeah. The how and the who is veiled. I'm like, that's convenient.
Yes. And she's like, what do you want to know about you? And he's like, nah, I'm good. And then she's like, do you want to know about Bryce's experience? And he's like, no, that's her business. It's kind of personal to know other people's, like,
it's pretty unprofessional of you.
Rude. I feel like I should report you to somebody here. But she tells him, you remind me of what that witch was long ago lost. I had not realized it might ever appear again.
Which I thought was funny. She's like, listen, really? Yeah. You out of the drama that much?
And then she even takes it. She even takes it a step further and is like, okay, I know you don't want to know anything about Bryce, but just stay away from her. I'm an oracle.
Yeah.
Again, people from all over the world. I'm like even one of the best oracles.
I'm like, people
I'm kind
know
of a big
me.
deal.
Yeah. Like people know me, man.
I'm evidently a gold statue.
That's what I saw. I saw her a little offended. Like, you don't want to know my... Okay, fine.
Okay, whatever.
Fine.
Just stay away
so
from
you
her.
know, though, stay away from Bryce.
Yep.
Okay. I would tell you why.
I don't care if you don't want to know. And so then Hunt goes home and is like, why would an oracle tell me to stay away from you? And then she tells them about the custom of going to the oracle when they're 13.
Well, she goes, oh, she's still mad? Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
So here's what had happened was.
Not really my fault, but when I was 13, a little before I was 13, I actually got my period, which I'm like, why'd you have to tell him that? No, well, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Women go when they get their period. Or 13, whichever happens before. She 3 days before.
It does paint like the picture of the Fae kind of being the elitists, right? It's like Fae take their kids at this time so they can find out like a gauge of their power, so they can start to put together marriage proposals.
Well, that's what it used to be. They said now in modern society, it's more of like, will they have a good career or will they be an embarrassing pothead?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bryce is like,
I'm annoyed for them, by the way.
Bryce's mom had like a oh shit moment when this happened and was like, did I cut her off of this whole other side of her?
Right.
Is she going to miss out on something because of this?
Right.
And so she finally contacted Bryce's dad, and Bryce's dad was like, sweet, I might get an opportunity to get a powerful heir. Well, and so her dad actually, like, yes, wanted to meet her. He actually made her a citizen, a civitas. And he's like, oh, by the way, we got to go to this oracle so I can see if you're really worth it. And, and so little 13-year-old Bryce goes into the oracle to see her future. And the oracle just starts screaming at the top of her lungs and trying to claw her eyes out.
Yeah.
And Bryce is like, not a good sign.
This is not a good sign for my future. I hear she went blind for a week after that too.
Whoops. And so she runs out, and the commotion is like, people could hear outside that she walked in.
Yeah.
The oracle starts freaking out, and she like runs out, and her dad is actually gone because it's like so embarrassing that he didn't want to be associated with it. And so she was just like, oh shit. And Hutton's like, why didn't your cousin do anything? Because he knew that Rune was there too. Yeah. And she's like, the Autumn King said to stay out of it. Like, luckily he like was able to sneak me some money so that way I could take a bus back home. And I was there that whole summer to hang out and meet my family. And when I got home, my bags were just on the front store. Like, so I like just went home after that. And that's the last time I ever talked to my father.
Ugh.
And he's like, what a dick.
What a dick.
Yeah.
So they were kind of brainstorming from what Hunt heard from the Sphinx, right? That it's someone wants to reopen a doorway, all of that, like different places to look. And Bryce brings up the fact that we are in a gallery, all right? It might not be in books. It might be in artifacts, right? It might be in art. Maybe there's depictions of the Crystallis in different places. And Rune had mentioned, okay, well, if the horn is alive and it's, you know, the witches that helped with it, maybe a med witch could heal it. So let me go look at med witch contacts. So Rune looks through and he's like, I've been looking at ancient shit for days and all I found was this. And it's a vase and it's originally from Parthos and it has an image of what they believe is the Crystallis on it. So Hunt starts talking to Bryce about this myth of this ancient library. He's like, you think that's actually like legit? And I thought it was kind of funny that she's kind of like, I don't know, maybe, and then just kind of moves along. And it's like, I instantly was like, I think that's what you're standing in, Hunt. I think, remember, this is all like contraband, FYI. In that, he goes, okay, maybe we'll find out more information when we meet with Philip Briggs tonight. And she's like, wait, tonight? And he's like, yeah, forgot to mention, we got clearance. We're leaving in about 5 minutes. Let's go. So we go to see Briggs. They get let into the prison and they're kind of sitting there. I just pictured him walking in disheveled. He sits down and he's like, what day is it? What's today's date? What month is it? What year is it? And we find out it's year 15035. I don't remember how they say it, but it's like way, way in the future from where we're at today. Bryce starts to kind of like talk him through it. And he's like, there's been another murder and you think I had something to do with it? Girl, I don't even know what year it is.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, and he also made the comment like, oh, it's only been 2 years. Yeah. So he's been tortured that much. Hunt, this whole time, this whole interview is just thinking about how like kind of mental Philip Briggs is, like a little manic through it. He's like, I remember being tortured like that and not knowing what the day was or what the year even was, and losing track of time.
in this prison, everything's underground.
Yeah.
And so there is no light. There's no way to tell the passing of time.
Right.
Like for 2 years, he has been underground with no idea.
Being tortured.
Yeah.
Briggs is very aloof to it. Like, you can tell Bryce is getting more and more pissed as he's saying things. He's like, Danica? No, I liked her. She's like, what do you mean you liked her? And he's like, she was like pretty cool, in all honesty. I mean, she took us down, yeah, but the first time she warned us to stop, or I'm going to bring you in. The second time, she's like, I have enough evidence to bring you in. You could get off easy if you admit that you've been like plotting all this stuff. She's like, the third time she came with the pack, but I mean, like, I kind of made her. Like, she gave me 3 chances to stop my shit. We
actually marked her as a possible ally in the future.
Like a sympathizer.
Yeah.
Which pissed Bryce off. She's like, there's no way. And he's like, did she agree with my tactics? No. She thinks I'm fucking crazy, because I am. But no, I thought she could be an asset. She at least understood where we were coming from. I don't know. Maybe she was sick of her half-breed fucking best friend getting treated like dog shit, so she understood where we were coming from. Maybe that's it. Which I thought was a really good fucking point. This whole time, Hunt is also adding to it, was I this delusional? Like, I would have done anything Shahar asked me to do in those final weeks. Is this, like, am I just as bad as him?
Is this me?
Yeah. They leave, and later on that night, they're back at the apartment. And this was cute. They were actually just, like, both chilling, like, in their pajamas, watching games. And this is where the fun, like, taking pictures back and forth expanded a little bit, too. Like, she took a picture of him and noted his hat, like, his dingy hat and his shirt. And she was like, you're just such a, like, guy. And he's like, what am I supposed to be? And she's like, I don't know, dark and broody and constantly wanting to killing people, something like that. He talks a lot more about what he was experiencing. He's like, today was a little weird. Like, I've been there a lot. I've been to the dungeons a lot. You know what I do. And she's like, I know what you do.
Yeah.
So I've had to do this quite a bit. And something hit me different. And we find out that he spent 7 years underground being tortured after it all happened. Then he was sold to his first owner, an archangel, who continued that for 2 more years. Then he determined, oh, you'd be a much better assassin for me. Let me put you to work. And by the time he came up, it had been 9 years since he's seen sunlight, touched grass, breathed air, felt rain, anything like that. And at this point, like, she grabbed his hand because she knew in telling her that he was, like, comparing himself to Briggs. And she's like, you are not Briggs. He is a bad person. You might have done, like, bad things, but there's a very big difference. He's like, is there really, though? Like, it was what we were fighting for all that different? And I didn't mention, like, when they went to leave, Briggs to Hunt was kind of like, hey, man, we'll get him eventually. Like, he was being, like, a comrade with him. So Hunt was questioning himself quite a bit. They go back and forth, and he doesn't really believe her, but she keeps telling him great things about him. He's like, how do you know? And she's like, I see the shit that you forget. You're not like him. Very much not like him. They go to meet Rune and his friends at the shooting range to tell Declan they want him to do some more hacking work. Hunt comes to the conclusion that he wants to look at the footage again from the cameras outside of Luna's temple, that night that the horn was taken. There might have been something that people missed or something along those lines.
They're all hanging out, and Bryce walks in and is kind of like, is this only the cool people party? Like, why is it just you and your roommates at this training? And they're like, yeah, it was invite only, but I guess you can stay. And just kind of giving shit back and forth. They are like trying to talk Bryce into shooting and like saying that she's not as accurate as them and everything like that. And she's like, yeah. And everybody knows like she's the great Randall's daughter. And so she finally puts on the headphones and just looks at the target and just goes boom, 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 and shoots 3. And they're like, oh, you missed some. And if you looked closer at the target, it was a hole, and it was a little bit bigger than one would go through. All 3 of those went right through that same bullseye in the middle of the target. And Hunt was talking about how hot it was and was like, she took the like gun reverberation so well and things like that. And she actually, after she got done doing that, she looked back at him like, are you going to be intimidated, in her brain, because she didn't actually say that. And he just like walked over and like shot it right in the hole that she shot it through. It was kind of like,
without looking.
I got you.
Foreplay?
And that was the first time I was like, okay, Hunt. Okay, Bryce. Before that, I was kind of like annoyed with him because I'm like, you should still be upset about Connor.
It's been years though.
I know, but Connor was that great. No,
I think she is.
I think she is still. I don't think she's interested in being with anybody, frankly.
Yeah. So they get a call while they're there that there's been another murder. And Bryce really wants to go, but this time around Hunt's like, can you handle this? Are you sure? And he definitely like helps her breathe through a panic attack.
He learned from his mistakes.
He did. And he was actually like there for her because that's what she needed. He's like, just breathe in, breathe out, and literally helped her through this panic attack, essentially. They are on their way to the call. She actually is thinking during that too that she's never let anybody see her that way at all.
Yeah.
First of all, and like let them help her like that.
Because she never even had these before when Danica was around. She started having them after Danica.
Yeah, no, this is definitely an after thing.
So nobody knows.
But she always like runs away in some way, shape, or form. And we've seen a little bit of evidence of that, of her like going into a bathroom or leaving, finding some way to push people away.
We can say it. She's a hot mess.
A little bit. It's okay. I get it though. I get it.
It's PTSD hot mess, so it's fine.
So they get to the murder scene. They think the victim is a guard from the temple that was on duty the night the horn was stolen. So yet another connection to them and the horn. As they're talking through, like Rune and Isaiah and everybody is there talking through what's going on, Bryce is like, mind starts ticking. She brings up a map of the city and she's like, that's where Maximus was. That's where Danica was. That's where... Oh my God. It's the ley lines. And so she goes up to them and she shows where every single murder was. She's like, what is also within a block of that radius? And they realize the murders are all happening close to the ley lines. So the person doing it could be using them to get the strength to like summon this demon.
Yeah.
What I loved is there was no having to prove herself. So like right away, Hunt just like goes off, calls Victoria right away. And is like, I need you to comb through all the footage of the nights of the murder around each one of these locations, around the ley lines and blah, 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 blah. When he walks away, Flynn is like, FYI, like, you should probably stay away from him. Do you know who he is?
Yeah. He's kind of a murderer.
I just think, like, you should know.
He's kind of scary.
He's a little not, I don't know, just watch yourself, okay? Later on, Hunt comes back and, like, sees them talking like that. And I think he sees, like, Bryce, like, laugh or something, which is like, he's harmless. I know he's the Umbra Mortis, but no. But I thought it was cute.
When she was with the Viper Queen, do you remember how she introduced him? She's like, oh, yeah, this is my bodyguard. He's nice to look at, but nothing up here. And the Viper Queen is actually like, I have never heard anybody talk about the general like that.
Umbra Mortis that way. And she's like, oh, yeah, he probably were around at the same time. You probably knew about him before.
Whoops.
He was a slave.
It's so funny how she, like, introduces him.
Yeah. I forgot about that part. So... walking back, I just see Hunt being like, so, Tristan, you guys ever, like, you
bang?
Know,
he wanted to say bang.
Hooked up or anything? Like, I'm asking for a friend. Like, I don't really care or anything, but, have you? And she's like, do you want to tell me about all of your hookups?
Nah, we good.
And he goes, none of them are worth mentioning because Shahir, ruined me for everybody else.
Forever.
Wah, wah. So
it's like a cold shower right there.
Basically.
Okay.
He talks about her and about how no matter what, he was always a bastard born angel. So it didn't really matter. No one was ever going to see him for anything else. Yes, he had this power and all of that, but even that was going to be used and abused in the same kind of situation he's in now. So he's like, she's the only person who ever saw me for my talents and not for this lineage and all of that. And I fell in love with her, yeah, but like she saw me and I moved up through her ranks. She's the only one who didn't care that he was a bastard at all. Bryce was like, okay, fair, thank you. Me and Flynn never hooked up. I used to doodle his name on all my notebooks in school and thinking we were going to get married someday, but no, we never hooked up. We never did anything. And she does mention that Danica went home with him one night in college, even though she knew that she liked. I was like, oh, you're a little mad at your friend a little bit there. You're like, that was kind of bitchy.
Well, the funny thing is, in that interaction, she's like, well, I kind of could have, but I was worried it would like mess up my relationship with Rune.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it was kind of like she let her, but it's still kind of bogus.
Well, I mean, Rune don't give a fuck what I do, so do you mind? Yeah, go ahead. Yes. I also like that she was like, that was by far not my worst hookup ever. I dated a vampire for 3 weeks, and he's like, how'd that go? I thought of you during this one as well, because she's like,
you can see it in my face right now.
It ended after he wanted to try eating while eating, and Hunt's like, huh? And she's like, eating. While eating. And he's like, oh,
come on.
That's not right. That's not right at all. She asks if he still has a thing for Shahar. And he says, I think I will until the day I die. I can't move on from loving her when she gave up everything for me and the cause. And Bryce is kind of like, oh.
Ooh.
Okay. And then he goes, Quinlan, it's not to say that I'm not. And then as they're walking, Sabian is on the street in front of them. And Hunt's like, let's cross the street, get airborne. They have to like walk past her, I feel like, to cross the street is the way I like pictured it in order to be able to have like the space to get up. And she's like, there you are, you slut, you bitch, da 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 da. She spits on Bryce. And Bryce the whole time is just like, get away, da da da, like a shell of herself.
Yeah. Trying
to get away. She spits on Bryce and like Hunt is like pissed. And you just see Bryce like, please don't. Just don't. Like pleading with him. He is about to lose his ever loving shit. Yeah. And she's like, no. The whole time Sabine is screaming at her about the sword as well. And so he almost loses it. They get across the street and leave. He tells her, we are going to find out who did this. That's all he like says. But I thought that was a lot of growth as well.
So Declan calls and he found something in the footage. So they go look at it and he like is showing them and is like all the tech stuff. And he shows them the screen and they're like, okay, Declan, this is the same thing. He's like, but I overlaid this and I pulled out this and da da da. Basically with all of that.
The whole time too. He's like, if they would have fucking hired me, they would have come to me in the first place. I would have showed them.
Frankly, this was an easy
find. It's good.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. But I found it.
Yeah. So what he hears is during the blackout, he's hearing people like from far away from the Rose Gate, like saying, touch it. I dare you to touch it. I touch it. And he put it together that this is not the footage from that night.
Right.
Somebody swapped the footage. And so Bryce is like, well, we've got to find out who swapped the footage, who would do, like, and he's like, I kind of already figured it out because remember, I'm a hacker. And so when I figured out that part, I was like, well, just pull the thing all the way through.
Yeah.
And he said the person in charge of the investigation was Sabine.
Bum, bum, bum.
Danica's mom, who has historically been very jealous of her powerful daughter.
Yeah.
Who is favored by her Faja.
It could be a lot of things. My first thought was not that Sabine was like bad.
I could have seen also that Sabine covered it up so she could go find the horn.
Like I thought, oh, Danica fucked up. Like
that could be it too.
Maybe it shows Danica chasing the person with the horn or something. So Sabine like swapped it, and that's part of the reason Danica was like so upset.
Yeah.
And she got yelled at and like humiliated that night that she died.
Maybe, to my earlier point, maybe Danica was high.
Yeah, for Luna's horn. Yeah.
Luna, she was supposed to be on watch, and she was just passed out,
I was
drunk.
like, oh shit! Like there's something bigger here. I was not expecting it to be Sabine, that's for sure. Also, I was a little annoyed that they walked past her while she was calling her a slut and like gave her the opportunity to hawk a loogie on Bryce.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
That didn't really make a whole lot of sense.
No. But she did kind of handle it how I would have, because I'm not going to yell back or anything like that. I would just walk really fast away.
Like, shh, just leave it alone.
Just nothing to see here, nothing to see here.
Don't do that. Yeah. So this was a lot of info, but it was a lot all over the place, right? With where the investigation is. So what do we know?
We know Danica died.
We do know that, yeah.
And her whole devil pack.
Yes.
We know that Micah was the person that she saved.
Right.
We know that Hunt is down to 10 murders as long as he doesn't fuck this up.
Right.
We know that the Viking queen
Viper.
sounds like Estelle.
Not the Viking queen. We don't have a new character.
The Viper
queen
sounds like Estelle from Friends.
She knows people. Okay. She didn't kill Danica,
but she had a 3-day orgy that is now part of Hunt's stash.
Don't yuck her yum, okay? Don't yuck her yum.
Well, they're all looking for the horn. Stupid history stuff about the horn.
There's something more with the horn. We know a little bit of the history. We know enough history to know we don't know the full history.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Hunt now lives with dear Bryce.
Right.
And Sabine switched the tapes.
Sabine switched the tapes the night it was stolen. And we know that all the murders
happen on the ley lines.
By the ley lines. And it seems like they're connected to the investigation in some way, shape, or form.
And Bryce is sitting on a shit ton of obsidian salt, which is illegal, and can summon beasts.
Forgot about that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one. We know.
And she stole Jezebel's money to pay for it. Do you remember that part?
Yes.
She's like, oh, Jezebel won't notice. She spends more than that on makeup a month.
Skincare. It's fine.
It's cool.
It's no big deal. What else do we know?
I think that's it.
That's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah.
We know Pollux is scary as shit. We haven't met Pollux yet. But if Hunt is that afraid of Sandriel, and Isaiah was going, it's not even Pollux. Pollux isn't even here, Neil. So that Pollux is scary.
Pollux is scary.
Yeah.
So, when you were here in the book.
Yes.
Who done it? What's your best guess of who done it?
I was honestly probably going towards, I don't know about the Autumn King doing it, but the Autumn King orchestrating it. Like, I thought, like, maybe there was something between them and the wolves that we don't know about, and that's why he cares about Luna's horn. Like, something has to do with Luna's horn. So, like, maybe Danica caught someone, or him, or someone connected to him stealing it.
Yeah.
And there's something going on behind the scenes. I also thought there was way too much going on with the sword to just have it be about... I think I was reading a lot into the sword.
Well, the whole time I was thinking, why didn't she just give her back the sword?
Right.
I even was like, she accidentally left it in the broom closet.
And she's not, like, forfeiting that information at all.
Yeah.
So, and she could have and easily gotten rid of this hostility.
I could also see Jezebel being like, well, she left it here and didn't claim it within 10 days. It's now my sword.
Right. Like, but just there's more to the story. Like, she's not offering anything up. What's going on with that? So is the sword somehow connected to the horn and, like, the bribery of whatever?
Yeah.
So
I definitely
still very
thought
confused.
Danica got murdered investigating the horn.
Yes. Agreed. Agreed. Pretty much knew Philip Briggs had nothing to do with it. Would love to see who they cast Philip Briggs as in the live action.
He looks
movie of this.
Yeah.
I was thinking very like downtrodden Joker type of like mentality.
Yeah. I could see just downtrodden.
Yeah, but still like that craziness, like that, because he has this like excitement almost, and like what he's saying about things. So
where he thinks weird things are funny.
Yeah, she's a little crazy.
That's what we call crazy.
I get it. I understand. As of right now, where does Bryce fall on your main character, female main character?
Oh, she's like third or fourth.
You're not liking her too much right now?
Not that I'm not liking her, but I've got a lot that I really, really like. Yeah. And you said at this point, we haven't really seen her come into her badassness. Some of the stuff she does, I'm kind of like, bro.
You don't have to do everything alone.
Yeah. So, like, if you're looking at, like, Violet, Feyre.
They all go through it.
Aurea.
To an extent, right? Yeah. But this is probably my least favorite part of the female main character development, when they're like trauma responding, where it's like, I can do it all by myself. It's like, bitch, you haven't done the drop. You half human.
Use your brain.
Like, come on. And we're always in these situations where it's like this human girl thinks that she has to defeat everybody by herself, and it's a call to society of what you have done to us that we think we have to do it on our own.
This took a sharp turn.
It is your fault.
The patriarchy.
It's the most annoying part of the journey.
But she's pulling out of it. I see it.
Yeah.
Hunt's kind of a wet mop, because he's all like, Shahar.
Yeah.
No offense. Agree. It's been 200 years, and you gave me slack about her for 2 years after Connor.
Yeah. He is kind of. He internalizes. So when we go through events the way that we do, I don't think we don't get to depict how much he's internalizing. Like, there's so much he doesn't say, but he's thinking and feeling. Mm-hmm. That's why the whole time I'm like, Hunt's a water sign.
I love how you make up what sign people are.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have no, like, that's so funny to me. I love it.
It's true.
Okay.
It's true,
but
guys.
What sign, what element, what is that called? An element sign? I don't know.
It's just a sign.
Oh.
Sun sign?
Yeah. What sign is Bryce?
Fire.
What about Danica?
I don't know. Bryce might be. She's very secretive.
She keeps everything close to the chest. She's
Danica
not
might
grounded.
be an air sign, because she doesn't care about much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's party girl, flying all over the place, but is also like got her shit together because of the power thing. I don't know.
Fury is a earth sign.
Fury might be a Cancer. They're the craziest.
Okay. Well, if you ever need any of your fantasy characters' zodiacs, come to High Tales with the Lit Sisters.
Dun, dun, dun. All right. Well, we will be back next week with chapters 38 through 62 of this 800-page book.
It's a big book.
It's a big boy.
But we can handle it.
It's a big boy. All right. Well, thank you for talking High Tales with your favorite Lit Sisters.
Goodbye.
Bye.